Hello dear friends, Ray Kunator is with you, and today I decided to make a short video and talk about rebalances in the Robots game. In this video I decided to tell you right away about the rebalance that happened along with update 9.0 and about the rebalance of the Titans, which will happen in a month. I suggest starting from the first. And the first change is nerfing Angler, and now its ability lasts 5 seconds instead of 6. The cooldown of the ability has become 12 seconds, and in addition the phase shift speed bonus has become a little less. To be honest, I didn't particularly notice these changes in battle. Angler was one of the best robots in the game and remains to do this day. It has almost 500,000 durability with the pilot, good firepower, and in addition there are physical shields. Yes, of course it became a little weaker, but no matter how many fights I played, I didn't experience any discomfort, and the robot as before could make a living legend in the Championship League, and continues to do them now. Therefore, those who decided to put Angler in the stock because of this made a mistake. The robot is still very good. The next change is a reduction in the Seraph stats, and now its ability lasts 7 seconds. I don't really understand why the developers decided to weaken it, because there have already been many rebalances of this robot and in general it is not overly strong now. The change in the duration of the ability is actually clearly noticeable. The robot began to life less, and after all the rebalances it became several times weaker than it was last summer. Therefore, I probably won't have upgraded it from scratch to MK3. It is better to save resources for improving something more relevant. Well, the developers also weakened everyone's favorite Capri assembly on spear guns. Now Capri has ceased to be a tank, it has reduced durability by 15%, reduced speed, and in addition, the cooldown of the ability has been increased by 2 seconds, and it is now 10 seconds. But at the same time, the developers made the healing of Elia stronger, and now after all 3 balance changes of this robot, it really became a support robot, which now you can't go against a crowd of opponents. It seemed to me that the developers have weakened it because they plan to add it in the workshop. Usually, before the robot appears for everyone, it is made a little weaker, so that there is no massive imbalance. Therefore, I personally expect Capri in the workshop this summer. Well, spear guns was reduced in damage from third shot, and now there is an increase not of 400%, but of 250. That is a normal change, because the guns were still some kind of imba, and now they have become more balanced. I myself play the Nether robot with them, and also have no problems. Before, the combination was too strong. Well, developers also reduced the damage to claw weapons by 15%. Yes, this change is felt, but they didn't become unplayable because of this. The guns both smash the enemy's robots and continue. A number of changes were also made to old items. Alkin's built-in cannon damage has been increased, Ion's damage has been increased, and so on. But I personally think that just as one no played with them, they will continue on. After all, many things are already outdated and even a strong buff won't help them. Well, if we summarize some of the results of this rebalance, then I can safely say that in general the changes are not particularly felt, and the meta is not directly changed. Changes felt only for Capri and Seraph, and these robots have become much weaker and their time is starting to run out. OMG, Angler and the new Lynx robot come to replace. Now let's move on to talking about the Titan rebalance coming in update 9.1. And the first thing to be nerfed is the Aeza Titan. Its acceleration from the ability will be reduced by 2 times, and the resistance of the built-in shield will be made many times weaker, and the built-in EMP cannon will impose longer. I believe that these changes will make the Titan weak, and this is largely due to the weakening of the force field shield, which will now block only 20% of damage, and in fact the Titan will become the same All-Wing Titan, only with a built-in cannon. Well, if everything leaves it like that, then the Titan will become much weaker than now, and it will be possible to safely put it away in the stock and switch to Luchador or Rook. The second change will make Nodon stronger. It will increase the speed by 2 km/h and strength by 10%. Well, this is certainly great, but there is another problem. For some reason it doesn't heal, and I really hope that the developers will solve this problem as soon as possible, because without this, no matter how much you improve it, the item will become useless, because it is a titan of support and there is no point in it without healing. A number of guns will also be weakened. Glaive and lance will become weaker, and the developers decided to do the same with them as with the spear weapons. That is, the damage from the third shot will become less, but from the second a little more. I personally like this change because the guns are too strong and it is logical to tweak them a little. The same applies to the new Aurora and Veron sonic cannons, and their damage will be reduced by 15%. This is also a fair change. And in addition, the developers will make the dazzlers weaker, and here I don't really understand why. In my opinion, they have already been made weaker 2 or maybe 3 times already, and now not so many people play them in the Championship League. Everyone switched to Glaive and Lance or to new sonic guns. I personally think that dazzlers are in balance and it is not worth changing their characteristics, but everyone has their own opinion on this matter. Well, in addition to all this, a number of obsolete weapons will also have a buff, and somewhere they will increase a little damage, somewhere they will reduce reloading, and so on. I think that this won't change the situation, and just as no one played in the Championship League on these tier 3 guns, they will continue to do so. So globally nothing will change. And if I sum up some results, then I can safely say that the rebalance of weapons is not bad. In general, it will play better, but dazzlers in my opinion touch in vain. Well, this is what concerns the rebalances from the 2 updates. What do you think about the next rebalance? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments. Well, that's all for today, and thank you all very much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, it's very important for me. Ray was with you, goodbye everyone!